Hi, girl. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our science. I have that stuff for you first. And I wanted to remind you the scientific method, purpose and hypothesis, materials, procedure, results, conclusion. So you're finding out the answers to all of your questions and ideas as you're going through the scientific method. This week, we're talking about scientific tools. We're talking about where you look at things and you observe them, and then as you're observing, you're making hypothesis. You're just coming up with ideas about what it is, and then you're going to measure them, and that's where you have these materials, these tools to figure out how to get your answers. So we talked about a couple of different types of tools that you use in science. The first was the magnifying glass, so that you can look closely at certain things. You can see closer to what your skin might look like. You can go outside and look at bugs. You can look at plants. Any of those things might be good. The other thing we used when we did our scientific tools lesson this week so far is we've used a ruler. We measure different things, the length of your paper. So you'll need that for this back page. You'll need a ruler to do that. And you'll also need a pencil to do that. Those are the two materials that you will need for that. And then we also talked about this cool thing. This is called a scale. And this is usually how you measure the weight of things. So you might measure how heavy one of your chemicals that you're measuring are, or we measure dominoes, things like that. It's going to measure whatever the weight is of something. And then I also have this, which we also used, and we did how many of a block can measure something else. So this is called a balance. So you would put something in here, and then you would see, can you balance it out as the same? Oh, this one is a little bit heavier than this one. And that is our science, is the materials that you're going to use, the tools that you use to answer your questions about science, to answer the questions about things. So that is our lesson for science this week. If you have any questions, let me know. And then if you'll read through this and then answer the questions on here, and you're going to use the tools, go outside and look at things, observe things. Make yourself a little chart maybe of things that you observe as you're outside, and ask questions about it. That is what a scientist does. A scientist uses the different tools that they have to answer questions about the world that God created. So if you want to do any of that, if you come up with something good, you can draw me a picture. I would love to see what you have come up with. It's really, really cool, really fun. All right, that's our science for this week. It's not too hard, not too much going to make your brain fry up and fizzle, and but you will definitely, I think you can have a lot of fun using scientific tools to observe the world that God created. Alrighty.